big thing, which is like, it was, I mean, this is a record about making a record. Reference, like, sort of, this Josh that I am today, like, needed to write that song for me in the hospital to be able to then make it. I think you have to abandon them.
No,
Are they ever done? You have to go, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And like push them down the Moses River in the basket. I think it looks there's a lot of pacing and thinking and hearing in your head and pacing and thinking. It looks like madness, like you haven't done a thing.
Yeah.
But all of that is building up for at least for me as an artist, to finally get it.
Yeah.
And then it falls in like a video game locksmith mini game. It's like, and then you can do it.
Theater.
Yeah.
And it was just going to be a solo show, me and a piano and a guitar, and
That's
then
right.
You were going to open.
Yeah.
Well, you were on your way from up north.
Was this how we met the first time? Was the show? Or it might have even said Joshua Krajcik.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah, sorry about all of it. It could have said Joshua K. I'm not even sure.
It didn't.
Oh, it did on the marquee though. It said Josh K. Cut to picture of that.
I think
probably.
at that point I might have disliked it. I don't remember specifically.
Yeah.
Suddenly I feel a twinge of anger.
Yeah, sorry. But the funniest part about that is that you were on your way down and you were in your old car, white car.
White Mercury Cougar, shit box.
You rolled in smoking, breaking down on the highway. We're within like an hour and a half of the show. You're rolling in. We go get you. It's done. I think we sent it to Polly's Junkyard actually forever.
I said, is there a junkyard I could sell this to?
Yeah, and they did.
And you said, yeah, you like this
there.
guy, and he came and said, yeah, I'll give you $65.
Yeah.
I said, I'll take it.
So you show up in Wilmington, Ohio. This guy walks in.
Probably 20. Yeah.
20, walks in, jean jacket. Not late, but like right at the moment you're supposed to walk on. Walks in the Murphy Theater, gets backstage. Probably had a cigarette right before you went on. Grabs your old guitar, walks out, just a microphone, and burns the motherfucker down.
I'm grateful that I kind of knew right there really early what I wanted to be. You know, when you're a little kid, you're like, do I want to be an astronaut?
Right.
Or whatever. As I'm learning piano and all that, and I'm seeing bands and rock stars that I admired, and bands, and listening to the music and having deep emotional feelings, and starting to blossom into the person that I've, landed on here. But it's just that I lived it then.
Yeah.
Once I knew that,
yeah,
I just didn't give a fuck about homework or school or like, and also I met some people who I love dearly who are outside of, and people have to understand, like in a small town, and I don't mean to throw shade on, I'm grateful. I know so many lovely people I love where I'm from, and I'm glad I came from there.
Yeah, same.
But it's kind of a hard place to be different. There's not much variance there. And I think that for that reason, I found a lack of support in the ways that, looking back upon, I would have wished I had.
Yeah.
I belonged probably in a bigger high school
Yeah.
than I was in order to get out of it something. That's not to say it's all on one reason or another. I was the kind of person that would have been easily described as aloof and difficult to manage. If you wanted me to do anything that wasn't already what I was going to be doing, it probably was going to go bad.
Right.
I just never had a lack of surety in where I wanted to step and go. Now, I've made mistakes and I have regrets on those things I've said or done. Obviously, I was a kid. I was foolish.
Right.
People had a right to be concerned, of course. But I just always knew what it meant to be Josh, even though I don't have any idea.
Right.
But like, I behaved that way because I never wavered from elementary school. I'm going to make music.
Do you know what time to get the volume in my arm? The only other thing I want is you. In my mind, you'll only find another argument, but all of them agree on you.
Did something show up in your face that really caught your attention that sort of decided like, hey, I'm going to really kind of try to be myself?
I think music led the way on that, honestly.
Who's on that list like that early?
Well, at first it was my Uncle James, who is just an awesome dude. And he was old. He was younger than my mom's other siblings. He was like a high school kid when I was still sort of at the end of elementary or something. So he was like 5 or 7 years older than me. But I looked up to him. He listened to cool tunes. He had cool hair.
Yeah.
He was smart and like was interested in counterculture things in his specific sort of unique way. And I think that was one of the first influences on me to like sort of realize some of the same things about myself.
I think what people might get out of this, for real, dude, is like that this is the thing that for those kids that are out there on those islands or villages in the country that don't have access, this is something they maybe can see that they'll go, oh, well, these guys did that or he did that, and I can relate to that. You had faced some health issues right before the world really changed, and I think your life changed.
Yes.
So I just kind of want to bring that up before we get into what really shaped your album that's just getting ready to come out. But what was the moment where, you know, you have Oblivion out, you're in Columbus, Ohio, and then what happened, man?
I had over the years developed a tolerance for alcohol to the point of, absolute obliterating amounts being needed to appease the sort of whatever of it. And I sort of realized that was alcoholism, where, maybe I was simplifying it in my head. It was just something I did, but I was like the drinkingest person you'll have met. I really was. But it sort of, when the tolerance levels got as such that I had to have such high amounts, then the health really dropped. And I had to go to the hospital for, 12, 13, 14 nights, I think, in the ICU. And it was a close call. And so that experience, which was spooky and strange and
almost died.
Still weird, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Very close. Maybe did. Like, it's that weird.
Yeah.
Like, because then I come here, it's almost like there was an awakening in me. It's difficult to describe. But in that process of either assimilating or healing, or whatever it is, doesn't matter, whatever, spooky mumbo jumbo I apply to it, the record was that process of wellness, a somewhat toxic process in that the pressure is felt throughout that time in writing for it and reaching for it and trying to be open to it. I sometimes feel like you almost have to let yourself be so close to delusion, so mad with just wonder, that you get yourself there to a point where you can actually export the honest moment in your heart that is the song. But that was sort of the process I put into it in order to be okay. The panic, I don't know if it ever went away. It's more like I shaped to it, or I became calloused, or got gills and couldn't breathe in it, whatever. But the writing, the artist that I am, was something that kept me going each day when I'd wake up the next day and be grateful that it wasn't oblivion, that it wasn't done, that I was still here. I felt a purpose. I had, in shame and regret, begged for a chance to do as such. So I felt a duty to myself and to the art and to God or the gods or the universe or whatever it is that this crazy nut job thing that is just sentience, it's a fucking mind fuck. But I'm grateful for music because it's something tangible and real that feels emotionally honest to me if I let it be. And that process healed me from that. I didn't know that I'd be alive the next day, really, and stop worrying about that for a year, maybe a little more. And then I could sort of begin to put the pieces together of who I am and who I've been and who I wish to be, and if they're the same. And that, I think, you can hear on this record.
But it all just seems familiar.